You're not in horrible shape with Bennett and Lundell. That Lundell's sneaky. He's a legit number 2 in my opinion right now.
Yeah, their second line is their third line from the final last year.
And then you didn't have to move Rodriguez. There's another serviceable player, though I'm sure can kind of play top 9. So I don't see a big panic right now to go and plug a hole in anytime soon.
That Mackie Samoskevich, what do you have, 15-20 last year? He's going to get more than that this year. It's a good team, guys. I don't know if you heard about them.
Reinhardt.
Does Reinhardt still play?
Reinhardt can play center.
Verhaeghe, Bennett, Luosterainen, Marchand.
They got a lot of guys.
A lot of guys back end.
I do like Lundell. It's a good point.
Oh,
he's
Mikola Jones.
He's solid. Solid. Let's take a break.
All right, you heard the man. Catch his breath. Blue Jays, Ryder Cup. Man, you're exhausted.
Ryder Cup was
Did
unbelievable.
a hockey game break out there or what?
That was very Long Island, New York.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Humanity.
Do people care? Should we do golf takes?
No. Okay.
Well, okay.
Give us one before we go to break.
People were just, people love piling on the States, myself included, and everybody was just immediately taking Justin Rose's side in that, the line thing with his caddy or whatever. But Bryson's caddy legitimately thought that he was away. He's not going to go in Justin Rose's line and be like, ooga booga, ooga booga. He thought he was away. And Rose was pompous about it. He was rude, and he deserved to have something said to him. So that's that.
He did apologize, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he kind of after. They said it was over, and, Ted Scott and Francisco Molinari did the weirdest video together saying that there's no beef or whatever. But I just think that, everybody gets blinded.
I didn't have that big of a problem with that.
No, I loved it.
Awesome.
I loved it. Makes it great. But everybody blamed Bryson, and I didn't think he necessarily
It's incredibly intense. You can have a weak moment where you snap for an innocent situation with the caddy. It was innocent.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the
I agree with you. He didn't do anything.
Yeah,
he wasn't trying to throw anybody off. But if Rose snapped at him for 5 seconds, it's okay.
Also, it's got to be frustrating for DeChambeau that he can't just Donkey Kong ballot Donald and Fleetwood and put them away.
Lunatic. He made that putt to have on the 18th, and he forgot to shake Fitzpatrick's hand because he was he just didn't know what to do with his body. So, anyways.
Well, he made the putt on 9 to win that hole, and he looked like he just scored a touchdown with the tush push.
Anyways. Okay,
we'll take a quick break. When we return, plenty more, especially here in Canada. The Jets with a key injury for the next 4 to 6 weeks. McDavid and Draisaitl have a new winger. Plenty more when we return to Real Kipper and Bourne. Welcome back into the studio. Nick Kiprios, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Sammy with his Blue Jay jersey.
Thanks, buddy. Yes.
Hope you're not peaking early here. We got a whole week.
Honestly.
Do you know how many Blue Jays hats he has? At least a dozen.
At least.
He'll have fresh gear all the way through.
Do you have one closet or the hats scattered all over the place?
Please don't.
Let's ask Allie.
Because sometimes the Allie listens to the show.
Yeah.
It's a point.
Also a source of tension at my house. My wife is regularly trying to throw hats
They're
at.
some of the doors have hats hanging on the handle.
You got to do better than that.
I know.
Go home and leave one on the couch. You'll hear it too.
Oh, they're not. It's not organized. But nothing in my life is very organized, quite frankly.
Sammy, you got some Kippers Clippers?
Yeah, actually. So we talked about this a little bit last week with Stolars. And I remember you saying, you even did bring this up to Tree about Stolars potentially betting on himself this season. And at his press conference this morning, because he addressed the media after practice, somebody asked him about that. Not your question, but the thing. Derek, if we could get Stolar's clip 2 on him potentially betting on himself this season.
You obviously have those thoughts, but at the end of the day, this is where I wanted to be. Last summer, or 2 summers ago, I guess, this organization showed a lot of faith in me to sign me to a 2-year contract, and everything has been first class, and I've really enjoyed my stay here. So for me, if something could be worked out where I could stay long term and be a part of this group, I thought it was a win-win for both sides.
Yeah, this whole thing, betting on yourself, is people should do a study on it.
Why is that? To me, you bet
because
on
it's all
making $15 million.
It's all about, I guess, personality and the type of person you are and how aggressive you are. And to your point, how much are you willing to mess with $15 million to turn it into $30 million?
Yeah.
It's a big question. I wonder if, we're hoping to talk to him at some point, and I don't know if we will or not, but, you wonder if he has worries too, right? Like his health more than other people's health is like, am I sure this is going to hold up? Maybe I should sign some on
sign on the
paper
dotted
here.
line.
I think there's for sure a lot of truth to that. I think in this instance, though, I think it has more to do with him just kind of where his comfort zone is and what he thinks he
Down
is.
to home. He's found he's a starter in this big
No, he's
market
not a
of
starter.
team.
He's not, but he's a starter on the Leafs.
Oh, that's insulting.
It is,
so you
but
think
it's still
he's the 34th best goalie in the league?
No, why is that insulting?
Well, because he had the best save percentage in the NHL last year, and he's their guy who's going to start.
But you're getting caught up in like, what is the true sign of a number one goalie in your opinion?
He hasn't been one though. I understand he's
for
had
his whole
injuries.
career.
He hasn't been for his whole. Well, last year I'd have called him the
Why?
tandem.
Why would you do that?
Why'd you do what?
Why wouldn't you call him, instead of calling him a legit starter? Why wouldn't you say he's one of the best second kind of guys?
Because I believe
in the league,
he's as good as starters in the NHL, and I know he hasn't played games, but
this contract doesn't reflect that.
This
This
contract
contract,
a tandem guy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's why he's not like, if I would have asked you, would his AAV end up being less than $4 million? You probably would have told me I'm crazy.
I said to some insider at some point not that long ago, I was like, I think it was like 4.5. Will he get 4 times 4.5? And they said higher.
This contract doesn't reflect a starting goalie in the NHL.
Well, maybe it's an excellent contract then. Because if he gives him 40 games of what he gave him last year, it's an incredible deal.
Yeah. Can he give him 45?
Even if he
46.
But
Can
that's
he get
what's so
46?
incredible about this.
But
he
according
doesn't
to this
have
contract, the answer is no.
Well, he's being paid for it to be no.
$5 million,
they want him
even on guys that we question. Like $5 million went to Joey Decord in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Like, nobody would look at Joey Decord and say, this is the future of Seattle, and he's going to lead them to the promised land. Jari, who has had stints in the minors last year, is making $5 million.
That was a
Do you know why?
Contract.
Do you know why they're making $5 million? Because they have shown an ability to play 50-plus games.
Yeah.
I want to know what your point is.
Yes, me too.
My point is that Stolar signed this because he knows what he is.
Okay.
That's fair. I think that's fair. I don't have anything to
and
rebuttal with that.
it's not reflective of a legit number one goalie on a Stanley Cup team.
Now, here's what's complicated with
I'm not
this.
saying he can't get there. But I'm saying in all probability, he's not that guy, and that's based on over 10 years of proof.
Right, but he was a backup for years and years.
Yeah.
He was a backup. So, guys get better, they earn their starting job, whatever. So I don't think it's like he's tried to be a starter 10 times and has been injured 10 times.
Why?
He was a backup for a lot of
Of course he tried to be a starter for 10 years.
Well, he wasn't good enough to be a starter. Now he's good enough to be a starter. He has been probably the last few years. And last year was really
hold on. Like, what makes you say he's good enough to be a starter?
Well, last year, his numbers and everything have indicated he's
over
ready.
34 games.
Sure. And so last year was really the first time he went to a team and they said, let's see how many games you can play and if you can stop enough pucks, whatever. So what's different about Stolarz is when you get to the playoffs, they tried to play him like a starter. They played him 7 straight times in the opening round, and he was very good until he got bonked on the head, something which has never happened to him before. And when they get to playoffs this year,